First, with the budget less than a fortnight away, it's clear what this government's doing. It's talking economic responsibility while practicing the big spending and vote buying that's in Labor's DNA. It's hoping for an interest rate cut that would take some of the cost of living pressure off families, but its spending addiction means that the next interest rate move could be up rather than down. Here's the Treasurer downplaying the inflationary risk.
There was a pretty big overreaction, frankly, to the inflation number last week.
But every time the government announces new spending, which is virtually every day, well, that's all adding to inflationary expectations. Now take it this week alone. Tuesday, there was $1 billion given to a US quantum computing company to build an outpost in Brisbane, a business we need to remember that had employed any number of ex-Labor staffers to lobby the government. Professor Toby Walsh, an AI expert at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the University of New South Wales, said this in the Australian Financial Review today. He said, "I find it outrageous that the selection of Psi Quantum was decided in November by a secret expression of interest process." Now, as I've said all week, giving $1 billion of your money to a Californian startup, well, it's got a real stink about it. As Professor Walsh said, $1 billion is a heck of a lot of money for what the government promises is 400 jobs in Brisbane. Well, you bet it is. It's about $2.5 million per job. Yesterday, more money, just shy of another $1 billion, to help women escape domestic violence, which seemed as much about helping the PM to escape his embarrassment over the weekend's rally, because there was no move on the biggest issue, and that's lax bail laws in this country that puts men at risk of hurting their partners back out on the street. And today there's the offer of an extra $4 billion a year mind you, to states for public hospital funding. Again, something that seems more political than economic, to buy peace with Labor premiers. Now, it's possible that despite all of this, there could be a surplus announced on budget night. That's because iron ore prices are up, and as is the case with a lot of the other resources we have, particularly energy, we ship them overseas, but increasingly we can't use them here at home because Labor and the Greens demonise them in favour of Chinese-built solar panels and wind farms. Now, if it eventuates on budget night, the Treasurer will trumpet the surplus as proof of Labor's management skills. But the difference between coalition surpluses and Labor ones is that the coalitions are the result of efficiencies in government spending and boosts to the productivity of the economy. Labor's surpluses instead are the result of higher taxes. In this case, should it occur, a higher tax take from the resources sector because of higher commodity prices. It's nothing at all to do with better economic management from the government. Indeed, because we already know that taxpayers, ordinary taxpayers like you via income tax, are paying more tax than business is paying. With this government, with the Prime Minister, it's only ever the politics that counts. Why else would it spend $40 million, $40 million, to advertise the coming tax cuts that everyone's going to get anyway?